Good evening everyone, my name is Aman Singh and today we'll be studying about advanced Python object and data structure. I do not have a network, therefore I am working on the Python notebook, otherwise this file is downloaded from Google Colab only. We have some function by which we can convert this is the number 20, we can convert the number system of it, if this is the 1 0, it just means 10 raised power 0 into 0 and 10 raised power 1 into 1, and we add this and then we can get 10 as the outcome. Therefore this is called the decimal system. Base is 10, therefore I use 10 raised power 0. If this is written in binary, then it will be 2 raised power 0 into 0 and 2 raised power 1 into 1. Therefore we will add this and it will give me outcome of 2. Same for hexadecimal and octal system. They have a base of 16 and octal system has a base of 8. Number base is, let me read the definition only. A number base is the number of digits that a system of counting uses to represent numeric values. Like in decimal system you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and for binary it will be 0 and 1, only 2. For hexadecimal it will be 0 to 9 first, then for 10 will represent as A, then B, then C, D, E. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and up to 16 we can represent E, F, G. Up to 16 hexadecimal system can be represented, and octal 0 to 7 likewise. And then I have assigned number 1 variable 20, and this I have used 0b here to tell the Python interpreter that it is a binary number. Otherwise it will not. If I just remove this, then you can see that it will interpret it as a integer number only. Therefore 0b, 0x and 0o are for telling the Python interpreter that it is a binary number, it is a hexadecimal number, it is a octal number. If I run this cell, it will be saved, and if I run this cell, then you can see that number 1 is 20 and number 2 is written binary, but when we print it, it will give me the output in decimal system only. If you want to get the output in binary system, we have to use Builtin function, which will convert the given integer value or decimal system value into binary system value. And if they both are in different systems, like different bases, but if we add it, then as a Python interpreter knows that it is a binary number, therefore if you add it, then it will convert it into integer and then add it and give you the output as a integer value or decimal system value. And then if you want to get the binary output, then we can always use the Builtin function. If you like, here we can check the type is integer here, and therefore this operation which I am trying to perform will not be performed, because if I sum 2 is equal to int but 2, and here I am mentioning the base, and I am passing it to int function, and I am mentioning the base here, I am passing the which value I have to add, like number 2 here and number 3 I have to add. Therefore I am passing it as a parameter here, number 2 as an argument here, and number 16 as an argument here, to say that it is a hexadecimal system. This cannot be performed this number, because this number are like Python interpreter knows that it is a binary number, therefore we do not need this. Like here we done it simply and we can get the output. Therefore but in certain cases, like where the variable which I have assigned have a value which is an integer value, but it is stored inside string, like type of the number 2 is string. Therefore if I print this, then we'll not get 20 output, we'll get the string value which is present in number 2. So therefore then we need to use this method. Like we can use int, we can pass parameters to int number 2 comma 2, which is the base system, and then it will add and give me a decimal system output. And if you want to get the binary, we can always use binary. Therefore this is only used when when we assign it to a string value. There are also some built-in function like print power 2, 4, it will 2 raised power 4, which will give 16, and this also run 2 raised power 4 16, percentile 5 will give 1 as the output, and for absolute 3 plus 4j. J is used for telling that it is a complex number, therefore it will calculate the magnitude of that complex number, which is under root 3 square plus 4 square, which is under 25, which is 5. And it's like round function we can use. 3.6, it is closest to 4, therefore it will give 4. It is closest to 3, therefore it will give 3. And if we are like this is 3.14 comma 3, therefore what it does is it gives me 141 as the output. 142, it will round off this 142 as the output, because we are rounding off to 3 decimal places. Here we are rounding off to 3, but here no decimal places are present, therefore it will not convert it into a float number, it will just print that integer. And like this for another example, like 91 is there, and if we give 2, then it will give the closest number 10 raised to power 2, it is 100, therefore it will round off to the closest multiple of 100. Like if I give 151, it will give 200. If I do this 3, and if I then the output which will give will be 2000, because it is closest to 2000, which is a multiple of 1000. You can see. Now we have some string methods. I'll just copy it. String, and I'll create. Yeah. Then here you can see that we have two string. My name is Aman Singh and string to Technoids. We'll apply some methods on this string so that we can perform some operations and solve some question. Therefore, as you have seen some of the previous methods like upper, which converts the whole lowercase things to uppercase. If I run this, let me run this cell. This cell was not run. Therefore, you can see that we are getting. I just copied one minute. We are getting all the cases in uppercase, and if I use lower, then I'll get all the cases in lowercase. And if I just increase it, yeah. And if I use like case fold is same as the lowercase, but here I've written this the German lowercase letter beta is equivalent to SS. This is used for in different languages. For English it is not. We do not use it. We only use lower. Then we have capitalize function, which capitalizes the first letter. Like every sentence start capital letter, therefore high, H is small here, H is capital here, therefore we can use that function. Then we have split function, but split we have to give a parameter also, like where we need to split. I here is and Singh, 3 i's are present, therefore it will split at that particular position. If you do not mention the argument here, then you will see that it is split at white spaces. Here 1 white space, 2, 3, 4, 5 white spaces, it will split at that. Therefore this, see that the split operation has been completed. Then we have a similar method, partition also we have to mention the argument, but here we see that there are 3 instances. It will only partition at one instant, which is the first instance of this. You see here also I is there, but here are not partitioned here. Therefore we want to split the string at only first occurrence, then we use partition. Then we can use count. As you can see, there are 3 instances of I, therefore the count will be 3, and if I want to find I, it will give me the first occurrence where I has occurred, which is 0, 1. H is 0 and I is 1, therefore I'll get 1 here. Then if I want to check the boolean values like it is or not, like yes, true or false. Then I could check that is alphanumeric. Then you can see that first there are white spaces and comma, therefore it will give me false. But if I check string 2, for string 2 you can see that everything is alphanumeric, therefore it will give as true. Now if I want to check only alpha, then I could check, it will give me true, string 1 will be false only. Then if now I want to check that is lower, then it will also give me false. Is upper, because every case is not uppercase, every case is not lowercase and uppercase, therefore it will give me false only. Then we can check title also. For title you can see that string 1 h is small here, but for string 2 t is capital here, therefore it will give me true as the output. Then we have ends with, and here we can pass parameter any. I am passing s because here for string 1 I am checking here h is there at the end, therefore give me false. But if I check for string 2, then you can see that I am getting true. Then I could also use strip for getting, but I have to give some spaces, otherwise you will not see what it does. Like if I use strip here, then you can see that there are white spaces here, therefore I'll just run this cell again so that it's stored. Just a second, you can see that the white space is not printed, but if I don't use the strip keyword, strip method, then you can see that the white spaces will be printed. Therefore to get rid of the white spaces, and now I'm removing this white space and I'm running this cell again, and I'm using center method. What center method does is I'll give 100 as a argument, then it shift the for left align distance, it like this is the 100 distance. If I type it as 50, it will be shifted by 50. Therefore center is used for just placing the string. Then we have formatting, as you have studied only, like if you 0 this and that dot format, and you mention the arguments here, string 2 or variables, and then if you print it, then instead of 0 string 1 will be printed, and instead of 1 string 2 will be printed, as you have seen already before. Then we have this, like if I give a interval something like this, here I can't pass this. I'll show you, like this will give an error for joining. I want to use the join method, but this list will give an error. I'll just join by dot join, and I'll pass the iterable. Then if I run this, then it will give me an error because this is not a string. Therefore if you want to join it, it should be a string. Therefore we'll just change it to string, then it will join it. And now you can see that 1 2 3 has been joined it. We have iterated over the sequence and then we have joined it. This is all for this string methods. Then we will move on to list methods. I'll just remove this. I mentioned a list like 1 2 3 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my list. I want to add any element to this list, then what I will do is list dot append, and I'll pass the value which I want to append, like 4. Then I'll print that list. Then I can see that the element which I've added has been added to the list. I'll pass 6 only. As you can see, 6 has been added. to the element, to the, you can say, list. Then I could use also this. I'll remove this. I'll just put, okay. I commented it, so it will not run. Then if I want to get the count of something, like here if I mention again 1 4, and then I want to check how many 4s are there, then I could use like this method, count 4. Therefore it will return me a number, like how many times 4 is there. Like if I pass 1, then 1 it will be there, because in the list only one time 1 is present, and so on. For every element we can count if we want. And if I want to check the list dot index, like I want to check like where 1 is present in the list, I could use dot index method, which will give me a 0. Here you can see that 4 is present in 0 1 2 3 third position, 4 5 fifth position. But if I give it 4, then it will give me the first instance where 4 is occurred, which is 3, not the last one, because it gives only one value in return. Now I could also use insert, like list dot, I could insert a number 2, if I want to insert like number only, and if I print the list, you can see number has been inserted 0 1 2. Here it defined like index where we want to, index 0 1 2 3, index value where the whatever string or number we are providing will be added, or value. So this we can use insert method. And as you know, we can use pop. When you have used pop, you will see that it removes the element, but it also returns a value also, like list dot pop. If I'll print x, then I'll get a value also. I'll run this first, I'll get the value also. And if I print the list, then the value will be missing also from the list. You can see 4 is not present at the end. Therefore we can use pop in this way. Pop, similar to pop, there is a remove, like list dot remove. We can remove the element, like if I mention 2 here, then if I print list, then 2 will be missing from the list. Let me run this. As you can see, 2 is missing from this list because I have mentioned 2 here. Now if you want to, this all for adding and all. Now if you want to reverse the list, like this is 1 2 3 4 for 4, then it will be 4 5 reverse order, and then we print the list, then we'll get the reverse list, as you can see. And also we can sort it, like sort yeah. As you can see, the list has been sorted in ascending order, but if we want to sort the list in descending order, then we can use this method also, which will sort the list in descending order. This all for the list. Now we can move on to dictionary methods. Now for dictionary, we have, like I have created a dictionary, cited one, where it is a key and its value is 1, technoids value is 2. For first object, which is the keys in dictionary 1, I am printing the first key, then I am printing the values, then I am printing both, and like you have sorted this dict.items, it will give me the dictionary as a tuple. Then here when I am using this dict.keys, then it doesn't give me a list. Like if I run this, it will be linked to the dictionary, and if I check the type also, it will give dict.keys, not like here it will not give me a list. Like here you can see, there we are printing separately, but here you can see it will not give me a list. Now if we have any other dictionary, like I created 2:19 6:2, to sort it, like dictionary can be sorted by value or keys, but not by just like you have in the first session assignment, dictionary can be sorted or not. It is a mapping, therefore it cannot be sorted like, but if you mentioned it by what you want to sort, like key or value, both pair are there, then you can sort it. Dicto, let me run this cell also. Then you can see 2 4 6, it was not in order, it has order. Then you can use values also and items also, same. 1 minute, dictors values 16, yeah, 16 19 36. It is ascending order, everything is sorted. Now we can use set method also. I just removed this cell. I delete it. 1 minute. Then we can see the set methods. For set methods, I will create a set one, which is 1 2 2 comma 3. The another way also we can create it is like list, and I created a list like 4 5 6. I'll create a 4 also for intersection. And if I s2, if I mention it, and if I use set function and I pass list argument to it, then it will convert. I print s2 also, s2, then it will convert this list into a set, as you can see. But for simplicity, I'll just create a new set s2 and I'll pass 4 5 6. I'll assign s2 as 4 5 6. Therefore we have two sets here. Now what operation we can perform in this set? Like I want to add any element, like in append list we appended it, we want to add like 5, then and I will print s1 here. We can see that the 5 has been added at the end of set 1. Now same, if you want, like we can clear, I don't need to pass an argument here. If I want to clear s1, then you can see no element will be present in s1. Just run the set again, because it has been cleared, therefore not give me value. Now if I want to take out the last element, then I could use pop, as you can see 2 3 4. Pop will remove random element, like it will not remove the last element. In list it removes the last element, but here it will be random. If I run it again, it has removed, it is just random, you cannot specify it. And then we have s1 dot remove. If you want to remove, like in list I want to remove 2, then I'll print s1, which is set 1 I'll just create, 2 has been removed, as you can see, from the set 1. It was not stored in memory, therefore it was giving an error. Why I'm removing print, I'll print s1 only. Then if I want a third set, which is a copy of first set, then I could use copy method, and I'll use print s3 here. Then I'll run it. As you can see, 1 3 4 has been 1 3 4. 2 has been removed. Now you can see, now 1 2 3 4, 2 was removed before, therefore I'll just copy it in one cell. I think I'm running it again and again, therefore it will causing me errors. Just copy it in one cell. I was doing in Collab, and the cell it is saved. Here it doesn't save, therefore this also I'll copy. Now it is fine. Now you can see that the s3 string is copied, which is printed here, and then s1 I have printed here. Now if I want to print the union, like here I'll print the union s1 dot union of both set s2. If I run this, you can see that 4 is in both set, but when you do union, you can see that it will not be repeated. Only one occurrence of 4 will be there in the union of both sets. Now if I want to update it, like I want to permanently change it, like before, like if I print s1 here, you can see that the s1 string hasn't changed, it is 1 2 3 4 only. But here if I update it, like s1 dot update, and then I pass s2 here, then you can see that the s1 has changed, as sets are mutable, therefore s1 has changed. And then we can also, like s1 dot remove, you have seen, but if any element I give like 9 here, it will give me an error. But if I use discard here, discard method here, then you can see it doesn't give me an error even though 9 is not present in anyone. Therefore if you write remove, then you should know that the element is there in that set, otherwise you can use discard. And like if we want to find the intersection, then we can use intersection method s2. As you can see that 4th element is only common in both the thing, therefore these all the methods you have to use. I'll provide this, and then you need not to remember all the methods. You can go on to some like Python methods list, like I want to search for I don't have an extension, leave it, but if you search that, there's w3 schools. I've mentioned a site also in this, maybe downside, yeah, w3 schools. It will not open, I do not have a net connection now. This I've given in the my Jupyter notebook, so you can visit it, and you not to remember everything. When you will use it, you will learn it. Thank you. I'll end the session.